The electronic system design and manufacturing, or the ESDM sector in India, will play a major role in the country's overall growth, from sourcing components to design manufacturing, a report mentioned. This will make India the second largest market after China in terms of scale and growing demand for semiconductor components. Hello and welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. India's semiconductor component industry is expected to exceed $300 billion by 2026 as Make in India and production-linked incentive initiatives enhance local sourcing of semi-components in the coming years. Mobile and wearables, IT and industrial categories now account for over 80% of the country's semiconductor revenues in 2021. Amongst the key products that are expected to lead India's growth in electronics manufacturing include mobile phones, IT hardware like laptops, tablets, consumer electronics such as TV and audio, industrial electronics, auto electronics, electronic components, LED lighting, strategic electronics, PCBA, wearables and hearables, and the telecom equipment. Mobile manufacturing that is expected to cross $100 billion annual production, up from current $30 billion, is expected to constitute nearly 40% of this ambitious growth. The demand for mobile and wearable devices currently account for 51% of the semiconductor revenue in India, followed by IT, that is 20%, industrial 9%, consumer electronics 7%, and telecom and automotive 5% each. India is poised to be the second largest market in the world from the perspective of scale and growing demand across industries and applications. This demand is being pushed by the increasing pace of digital transformation among consumers, enterprises, and the public sector through the adoption of new technologies, from advanced connectivity to content consumption to the cloud. This consumption will not only come from the advanced semiconductor-heavy 5G and FTTH network infrastructure equipment, which will contribute to more than 14% of the total semiconductor consumption in 2026, but also from the highly capable AI-driven 5G endpoints, from smartphones, tablets, PCs, connected cars, industrial robotics to private networks. The domestic market is expected to increase from $65 billion to $180 billion over the next 5 years. This will make electronics amongst India's 2 to 3 top-ranking exports by 2026. Of the $300 billion, exports are expected to increase from the projected $15 billion in 2021 to 22 to $120 billion by 2026. Now let us look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Taiwan supplies 75% semiconductor chip to India. As per estimates by the Indian Cellular and Electronics Association, Taiwan supplies 75% of the chip to India that is needed in electronic devices like smartphones. The current geopolitical tension and supply chain disruption is making it harder for India to access chips on time. The shortage can be seen in various sectors including automobiles and smartphones. As the Indian telecom companies are preparing to enter into 5G, the demand for chips will only increase, which can hamper the global supply chain anytime. DoT receives Rs 17,876 crore as upfront payment for 5G spectrum. The Department of Telecom has received upfront payment of around Rs 17,876 crore from Bharti Airtel, Reliance Jio, Adani Data Networks, and Vodafone Idea for spectrum. While Reliance, Adani, and Vi have opted to make payments in 20 annual installments, Bharti Airtel has already paid Rs 8,312.4 crore, that is equivalent to 4 annual installments. Reliance Jio has made payment of Rs 7,864.78 crore, Vodafone Idea Rs 1,679.98 crore, and Adani Data Networks Rs 18.94 crore. Shiprocket enters Unicorn Club. Zomato-backed Shiprocket has become the newest company to join the Unicorn Club by receiving fresh funds at a valuation of more than $1 billion. The company has allotted 59,793 preference shares at an issue price of Rs 43,394.13 per share to raise Rs 260 crore. Lightrock India and MacRitchie Investments led the Series E funding round with Rs 78 crore and Rs 75 crore respectively, with participation from other investors including Bertelsmann Netherlands BV, More Strategic, PayPal and MCP3 SPV LLC that collectively participated with Rs 107 crore. Apple fires 100 contract employees to cut cost. Tech giant Apple has laid off about 100 contract-based recruiters in an effort to slow hiring and spending. According to the report, Apple is still keeping its full-time recruiters on board. The terminated contractors will receive benefits and pay for 2 more weeks. Other tech giants, including Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, and Oracle, have all slowed hiring or cut back on some departments in recent months as they struggle with inflation and tighten their belts ahead of a potential economic downturn. IESA to skill students in semiconductor tech. The India Electronics and Semiconductor Association has announced a first-of-its-kind initiative to reach out to eligible candidates, nurture them, and connect them to prospective employers in an effort to create a skilled workforce for the growing semiconductor industry in India. The initiative will be conducted in 3 phases, namely create awareness, share knowledge, and connect industry. In the first phase, the association plans to set up a separate LinkedIn page to give periodic information updates regarding the latest developments in the semiconductor and electronics industry. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.